You're watching the Batter Fans Network.
The heroes are back. Beards talking balls, rapping pink and black. Coming live from the 305, it's official tissue. The Batter Fan, Chris and Dan, weekly rocking with you. We talk Messi, Boosie, Jordy, Lucho, the Fat Four, to Ben Cram, Noah, Ruiz, Fred. What more could you ask for? Tighten up and get ready, listen in on the pod. Solana and X in Espanol, just to even the odds. Breakdowns and gas bagging, join the tribe and just vibe. $3.99, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't hesitate, say what's up, go ahead and come in. No question about it, I'm ready to get hurt again.
No question about it, I am ready to get hurt again.
Chris, the Herons are back. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 445 of the Batter Heroes Podcast. I am your host, Daniel, and alongside me, as always, the KBD. How are you doing, sir?
Well, we're early, and I like that. We got a lot going on today.
Saying, right? He's saying,
yes, got to keep this up. Listen, we got a lot going on today. Okay, Mr. Krabs, so you better hang tight. Hang tight.
We should bring back call-ins. You know what? We're considering that for next week because next week might be like a really slow week. So next week we might bring back the call-ins. It's a little risky. We get to see you guys, people in the chat, and like you, they will only hear you, but Chris and I get to see, and we've seen some weird things. So
well, and by the way, you can take your camera off when you join, so we don't see you. But there's been people that have not taken it off, and we see them, which is fine. Whatever, like. Most of the people we've met in person.
But a lot of those people were just randomly half naked.
Yeah, don't hang out with your wang out. That's it.
All right. So we are talking Nashville yet again. I'm honestly tired of talking Nashville, but we're ready to do it. We do not have a guest just because what else are they going to tell us? Yes. So we're going to talk just about general Herons. We'll talk about Nashville, obviously, but we've talked about it for 2 weeks now, going on 3 weeks. So not too much new stuff to bring in. So we'll talk about some of the rumors. I see El Pulpo there in the chat. I saw the Bright thing. So we're going to touch on all that. But real quick, I mean, we do the Inter Miami show, so we have to touch on Inter Miami in the playoffs, right? Even if it's a bore fest with Nashville yet again. Revisiting game one. Chris, game one. We felt like we dominated. So we felt like the last three halves, right? That the final decision day game, the first half, Nashville had us. In the second half, we dominated. And then it felt like the first playoff game was all us also. How are you feeling after game one? Like, it's been, 4 or 5 days now. How you feel?
So I feel like if we play at the same intensity, right? Carry the same momentum into the next game, Nashville has absolutely no way to be able to beat us the next 2 out of 3 games. That's just my opinion.
Oh, I 100% agree. I'm wondering if they have enough to get us to a third game, which I don't want. Might as well just end it now. End it now. Yeah. I don't want a third game, but my question is, will they be able to find a way to force it to a third game? Look, and again, in football and in sports, anything can happen, right? We lost 2 in a row to Atlanta. Is it impossible for us to lose 2 in a row against Nashville? No, technically not impossible. I just think it's unlikely because we've played Nashville now 9 times since Messi's arrived. Yeah. And we've never lost to them in those 9 games. So it's hard for me to think that we do that for 9 games in a row, and then all of a sudden we poop the bed 2 games in a row. Impossible, no, but I think very unlikely. But maybe they manage to take one. We'll see.
I don't doubt that they have the possibility of taking one. I mean, in any game, it's anything can happen, right? And Nashville isn't a knockover. Like they got good players, and they got players that can be able to make differences. It's just a matter of, can you do it 2 times in a row against us? And I just don't see that happening.
The Bomb Hybrid's asking, so if since you're at Columbus advanced, I guess they're asking about home field advantage. So this is how it goes. Yeah. If Cincinnati advances, we have to go to Cincinnati for the 1-game knockout in the semifinals of the Eastern Conference. If Columbus advances, Columbus has to come to Miami. The only time we have to travel is to Cincinnati and Philadelphia. Anybody else, whether it be in the Eastern Conference or in the final against the Western Conference, everybody has to come to Miami. The only way that
Absolutely.
Miami has to travel is if they play against Cincinnati, which they could play in the next round, and
And then
Philadelphia,
Philly.
which they could travel in the Eastern Conference Finals. So technically, they could travel for the next 2 rounds if they play against Cincinnati and Philadelphia, assuming they get that far. But if they make it to the final, that is 100%, no matter who it is, we will be hosting the MLS Cup final, no matter who makes it. Wait, is it Vancouver over us?
Well, if I'm looking
I
at
think
this,
I think Vancouver might host us. I think we have to travel to Vancouver. I
So-
think, no?
so if I'm looking at the standings correctly, Vancouver does have 63 points. We have 65 points.
Okay, we're good. Okay, so
So,
everybody in the West.
No, we would not. Anybody in the West would have to come to Miami.
Okay, perfect. So we're good on that end. So
In
if we make it
reality,
to the
anybody
MLS
from the
Cup,
West, if anybody from the West would have to travel to either Philly, Cincy, or Inter Miami.
yeah. So if any of the top
Because
3
all
teams,
3 of those teams have
make it
more.
to the final, yep, the West Coast teams have to travel to the East. So the only way they make it is if Charlotte or NYCFC somehow make it. And speaking of Charlotte NYCFC, when we're done here, make sure that you jump on for the Eastern Conference. We've been doing the round tables with the playoff teams and the playoff matchups, and then we're coming at it again after this show with Charlotte, NYCFC, Columbus, and Cincinnati. So make sure you jump on, Battered MLS fans, for that. So would you make any changes to the lineup going into game 2, Chris?
I think if we make any changes to the lineup, I think that we're cooked. I think that would be the straw that broke the camel's back. Like, why would you mess up a good thing? Like, what change would you make realistically? I mean, look at this lineup. For those of you on audio, I'm sorry that you're not going to see what we're looking at, but it's essentially last week's lineup where you have the back 4 being Jordi Alba, Noah Allen, Falcone, and Ian Frey. In my opinion, no changes should be made there. Rocco Blanco stays in, which, by the way,
I agree.
I just want to say something. We originally, well, I don't know about we, because Danny sucks in life, but I'm the one that said Rocco is a king. Okay. And so I've been on the Rocco Blanco train.
Please don't jinx it.
I just want
Rocco isn't that great, but hopefully he gets us through the playoffs. Don't jinx it, please. You know he's not a great goalkeeper. Hopefully he's good enough to not screw things up for us.
I'm just telling you that Rocco Blanco is the guy. And I've been called.
I don't want to come on here after a loss where Rocco had some type of mistake and have to shit on you.
Okay, well, and the middle we have Rodrigo De Paul and Busquets. There's no changes there. And then you got Baltasar and Allende. I mean, the only other thing you could see there is Allende getting subbed out for Silvetti. But aside from that, I mean, Messi and Suarez stay put. There's no changes to be made here, Danny.
Asking Chris not to jinx is like asking Messi not to score versus Nashville. You know what? Who was that? That was Have Hope. You are on the money because Allende started off the year very well. And then what happened? Chris, what were you doing every week?
Yeah.
You were betting
Allende goals.
Anytime goal.
I was hitting.
You were hitting until you jinxed
win.
the hell out of it, and then he just never scored
Anytime
again.
goal with an Allende win.
Yeah.
That's not my fault. He's got to do better.
I did not hear the interview. I heard that he was saying something about the defense, but I did not hear the interview. So you and I agree, and I think most people in the chat agree. There's not going to be any change to the lineup. We're going in this to finish it as soon as possible. Yes. Yes. So I think we all agree. We want this to end as quickly as possible, so I don't think there will be any changes. I think Miami's going in with a purpose. Let's finish this, and let's get 2 weeks off and rest up for the next game in the next round. But Nashville, the way they played in the first half of that decision day game, they were on the front foot, very direct, very aggressive, pressing high. They changed it up in the second game, which this past weekend, which completely surprised me. Do you think This is the only reason it would be good to have a guest. And I think you asked the guest on the MLS show. Do you think that they're going to change anything? Are they going to go back to decision day in Nashville?
I mean, I don't know. I think that playing at home is always going to be an advantage. So there is a possibility that they can start this next game on the front foot and putting us in uncomfortable situations. But again, Danny, I want to reiterate here, there's no way that I could see this team losing 2 in a row. There's no way.
But you could there's a world where you could see that somehow Nashville pulls off a win in Nashville.
It's possible. It's possible. I mean, we've seen worse throughout the season. We got Guzan the last year. We're facing against America's goalkeeper with that mustache. So, like, there is a possibility we can get Willis.
All right. So, hypothetically, right? That's the next topic. Hypothetical loss. If we were to lose, do you think? Well, I know you. Are you going to come on here and say that's it? We're cooked. It's over. We're heading home next week. Does the chat lose hope, or does everybody think we shouldn't have lost? I mean, and I guess it all depends on how the game goes. But we're going back home. We own Nashville. They were bound to eventually get one game because if you play 9, you know that saying, 9 times out of 10 this team will win. This is the 10th time we play them since Messi got here. The Nashville isn't the worst team in the league. Eventually, they're going to stumble upon a win here or there. If they were the hypothetical, which I don't think they will, but if they were, are you still confident that Miami takes game 3?
It's over. It's over. Like, I think it's like for us, like it's like if they take game 2, you're saying if they take game 2, how would I feel?
Yeah.
I'd come on here and burn this place down. Like, we're at a point where like everything matters. Like the end game here is MLS Cup. We're not at a point where we're Nashville and we're like, oh, we won the US Open Cup and we're happy about being mid as hell. Like we have a goal and it's the highest goal possible. And if you lose against Nashville in the 2 out of in one of the 3 and you've only played 2, this whole place is going down.
Sean kind of has an interesting point here. He says losing might be better for us. 2 weeks off, and we lose a lot of momentum.
But I mean, better for us.
Yeah, because that way you don't have
losing a lot of momentum.
Games. Because then you have because right now, if they win on the 1st, November 1st, if they win, their next game is November 22nd. That's literally 3 weeks off.
Dude. This whole place would burn down to the ground. It would be awful. Awful, Danny.
Well, I don't think they're gonna lose. If they were to lose, I don't think it's that big a deal. I can't imagine them losing at home against Nashville. We've owned Nashville. Do I feel a little uncomfortable? Of course. I like where we're at right now. We're in a win or go back home to play game 3, right? It's not like a win or go home literally. So I feel comfortable right now. I think we'll win. And I hope that Mascherano and the boys come out ready to kill because we need to step on their throat and not give them any life.
I want to mention something here because Ricardo comes in just completely assuming nobody listened. I listened to the Yannick Bright interview. Okay, buddy. After the first 5 minutes of glazing him for signing his brand new contract, which literally he says in the interview, Ricardo, since you watched the interview, how he literally is going to better his like living quarters. Like literally without saying it, he said he lived in an efficiency. And yes, he did say that on decision day, they came out thinking it was a shit team. And then they had to kind of, play better and perform better. So yes, I listened to the interview, Ricardo.
I didn't. I don't like player interviews, so I didn't listen to any of them. All right. Across the MLS, as you guys know, Chris and I do a battered MLS fan show.
And then another.
Go ahead.
Yeah. My connection's all over the place. Just go ahead.
Okay. So we do a battered MLS fan show and because of that, we watch as many games as we can, right? It's impossible to watch all of them. We watch as many games as we can, and we talk to a lot of people from across the league, different podcasters, different fans, different reporters. So we've gotten to know a lot of people. Now, throughout this last week where we've been watching playoff games, Chris noticed something that really chapped his ass. I'll let you take it from here, Chris.
So I've been watching the games, and I think that the playoffs have been lovely. Okay. But one thing that I really appreciate from a lot of these other teams and their supporter groups. So 2 teams, an example. I'm going to use San Diego and I'm going to use Charlotte. These 2 teams, the supporter groups or the stands, the fans, they've included very simple chants. Like San Diego, for example, they have the drummer doom 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 SD doom 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 FC, like just simple stuff, right? Charlotte City, like very simple stuff. Everybody gets involved, right? And you see it on the TV. You see everyone get involved on these very simple chants. And our supporter group do a great job with how they do their songs. They have their YouTube out. You can be able to go and check out all the lyrics, so you can be able to kind of chant and vibe with everybody. But I feel like we're lacking in the simplicity department of involving the entire stands. Okay. And I think that there could be something done. I wish we can be able to have someone from the supporter group to kind of talk this out with.
Mr. Krabs is asking, what is Chris talking about? Chris, like if it were up to Chris, when Nashville has the ball and they're coming, Chris wants everybody to go defense.
No, I don't want that either. I don't want the whole defense thing. I don't want that. Because like you would have to chant that for like 7 minutes straight because we'll be on defense for 7 minutes. I just want something that everybody can be able to kind of join.
I get what Chris is saying, just because it's fun when you hear the Messi chant. Not because it's creative, but because literally the whole state. I understand, but you enjoy that because the whole stadium does it, and what you're looking for is for full stadium engagement.
If I see it for sure, yes. If I see it for 2 teams that are younger than us, and they are in it when they're chanting, like San Diego was everybody standing, everybody was chanting. And I know it's corny. You're putting the triangles up, put the hands together, you clap along with the stupid drummer. I get it. It's so American. Oh my God, it's so simple. Like, no. Get everybody involved. Let's all get in the vibe. Like, why? Like, some of our people in the stands, they don't know all the lyrics. And it's not like there's like QR codes in the stadium where you can scan them and be like, oh, let me go along with the lyrics while they're playing on the other side. There's people that can barely do a stomp with the freaking drummers over there. They start just stomping out of they can't even keep a beat.
I think the issue might be a disconnect with, we have very South American influence supporters groups, right? Las Barras Bravas, right? Which they come from seeing La Bombonera in Argentina. You see in Colombia and Brazil, where the stadiums are all jumping, they're all chanting at the same time. So they come from that, and they want to bring that over here. And I think that there's a disconnect there, because I think it's really cool if you could make that happen. I just don't think you can make that happen here. So they do it, but it's hard to get everybody to buy in. So I don't know what the happy medium is going to be. But I don't know if you've ever seen the videos of Bombonera. Well, go ahead and just check out South American stadiums during the Copa Libertadores. It's wild. The environment is awesome, and that's what they're trying to bring.
No, I've seen it.
But I don't think that they can do it with this community, with this fan base. So there has to be some type of happy medium if you want, and if they want that. I don't know what the happy medium is.
Well,
And
but
maybe when we get to the new stadium, people will figure things out. But yeah, but that's why only the what is it, the north or the south stand? What is it? Are they in the north or the south? I always forget which is
it's
which.
the north stand. We're in the south.
Okay, the north stand. Okay, so that's why the north stand's always popping and everybody else is kind of quiet. And I think I lost Chris. He froze. Okay.
Well, I think honestly, and I know that this is no, I think I'm still here. I'm just a little late to the party, but I think that we need to make sure that we lock in before we get to this new stadium, because if not, then it's not. I don't think it's going to be as cohesive. Hopefully we will be, but we'll have to see how that goes.
Janet Louis is asking, does Inter Miami have local supporter clubs throughout North America? That's a great way to get fans more involved. This club is way too young. We're still trying to build local supporters groups here, period. Now, I do know that other clubs do have stuff like that. Like, for example, NYCFC has different chapters for the Hooligans. One of their supporter groups is called the Hooligans. I know this because I used to, when I first got into MLS, I used to support NYCFC. And I remember I used to talk to people that ran the Hooligans, and they were asking if I would help someone else that was down here start a South Florida chapter that we would go and travel through Florida and support them down here. Now, I didn't do it, but I don't know if they ever did do it, but that is something that other clubs are trying to do, and it makes sense, and I think it's cool. But I think that Inter Miami might be a little young for that. We're still trying to build our supporters a little more. So
yeah, well, that's that.
All right. Well, we'll see. It'll be cool, and hopefully we can get. Because look, like I said, when the whole stadium is popping and doing something, I think it's very, very cool. We just got to figure out, and I guess it's on the supporters, right? Because they're the ones that are given that responsibility in the stadium. I think they do a good job for what it is. It's just I don't know how they can get everybody else involved. Like you said, doing a little more simple chants. You go to South America, they all sing songs. I don't know what other simple chant you're gonna find. So, like I said, it's a happy medium of trying to realizing that environment in South America, you could only fill one stand with that. But filling a whole stadium here in the United States like that, it's gonna be a little harder.
Well, and you're talking about like historically 100-plus-year-old tradition with South American teams. Right. And you're talking about people that have been singing this song since their great-great-granddaddy was in diapers. Like, it's completely different. This is a 5-year-old team. So, yes, there's not much history. But at the same time, try to get everybody that you can involved right now. Worry about
they did like a whole YouTube channel, and they constantly tell people to go over there to learn the songs. Like, what else could they possibly do? I remember when we had Caesar from Vice City on here like a year ago or so.
Yes,
we were talking about how we should, or they should, and we could help somehow pull up a QR code and then put it out in the seats, so everybody could scan it and see the songs. And I think that that's one decent option. But
yes,
that really didn't go anywhere after that.
Let's talk about some Galese, baby. Come on. Galese is not going to be signing with Orlando. Guy wants nothing to do with Central Florida. And he's rumored to come to Inter Miami, along with other rumors I saw with James Rodriguez. I know that you don't like hearing that because it's just been a bunch of time.
You know what? I usually have a decent time ignoring Pedri, but I can't let this slide. I am sorry, Pedri, but nobody has a better intro than us. Nobody. You can go kick rocks, Pedri. No. This is the worst take you've ever had.
This is not the one.
Nobody has a better intro than us. I don't care if it's Apple TV.
Not the one.
Our intro is goated. Our intro is the best. Go download it on Apple Music. Go sing it to yourself and to others. No way anybody has a better intro than us. All right. Back to the program. Galese, would you want him?
This guy. Well, I mean, look, we got Rocco, we got Ustadi. Like, I feel like Galese is like
we need someone else
than these guys.
No, I would take Alessia like 10 years ago,
John
5 years
Johnson is a
ago.
free agent,
I would take Sean Johnson, but no way.
and he's
When I
good.
want this Galese, no, Galese's falling off, dude. Like I know we talk crap about Galese because he's part of Orlando, so when we play against, we talk crap. But like in all seriousness, he was great. I wouldn't want this Galese. I feel like we'd end up doing the Ustari because Ustari at one
Hold
point was
on.
good also.
Hold on. I'm gonna get into the weeds with you here, Danny. This guy's saying it was done by actual Argentine rapper. Like I can give a single crap about whether it's Argentine or American or whatever. Like American bum like me, first of all, like there's lyrics that are in the intro that have to do with Inter Miami, with the show specific. So that shows you this isn't just generic garbage, messy, like mentioning like Messi and the other players. Like you're gonna tell me just because the guy is from Argentina? Yeah, I know we mentioned Messi, but like what is this guy?
So
What is this guy?
Would you want
like,
Galese or not?
Would I want Galese? I take him over what we got now, but no, I want Sean Johnson.
I don't think we get Sean Johnson. I think we get somebody else, but I don't want Galese. I do think we need somebody else. I would love Sean Johnson. I do think we need somebody else, but no, Galese I wouldn't want. The only part
I've listened to it. Trust me.
The only part that I would enjoy having Galese on the team is because he is considered like an Orlando City legend, and it would completely burn the hell out of Orlando City fans to see him on our team. That's the only reason that I think it would be kind of funny. But honestly, I do think that his prime is well past him. And I've heard Orlando City, because we talk to Orlando City podcasters. They say, yeah, he's still good, but his best days are behind him. And every year passing is just going to be worse. So no, I wouldn't want him. So yeah, I hope those rumors are not true. And then the last rumor, Luis Suarez staying. Would that make you happy, or how you feeling? Because we've said he's not as bad as everybody says he is. How would you feel about Luis Suarez staying?
I mean, I would be okay with it. He's been producing in other ways other than scoring. I don't know what kind of striker we can be able to fill in on his role, but he's been okay. I'll take him if he's on the cheap.
Luis Barrio saying, "What is wrong with Rocco?" Look, if Rocco ends up winning us the MLS Cup and has a solid run, I think he has an argument. But I don't think Rocco is a franchise goalie. Like I wouldn't feel comfortable with him being our full-time goalie next year and the years coming on after. But you know, we'll see. Maybe I'll change my tune if he has like a crazy playoff run.
So, and then you also have Yannick Bright. I mean, that's not a rumor, but Yannick Bright signed with us. That's amazing news. Finally, they put pen to paper and pay him more than what he was getting before. So that's fantastic for the future.
Absolutely. I'm happy about that also. All right. Chris, I know we touched on Nashville in the beginning, then we left Nashville. Let's go back to Nashville for this last part. Predictions.
Predictions. I'm going to go with a 3-2 win Inter Miami.
Okay. That's not bad. I'm going to go 3-1. I think we put up 3. I think we give up 1. And I think we close it out. And we get to celebrate our first ever.
Same scoreline as last game.
Our first ever playoff advancement, because we've never made it past the first round. So that would be a really cool moment for us. And then we'll have 3 weeks to just take calls and just have some fun on the show while we wait for the next game. Hopefully against Columbus, not because I'm scared of Cincy, but just because I want to play at home. I would like to go to that game. So we'll see. Yeah, and then as you give me your final words, Chris, I'm going to start putting up the scores that people said. Final words.
Okay, well, final words. My final words is I wanted to comment against Pedri before we finished. Let me just bring it up before. I know I have to. This guy.
No, you don't.
I've had it.
We got people waiting for us in the studio.
That's it. This is it. Can I just comment it, and then and then we'll go. Okay. Listen, Pedri. Just so you know, Danny, stop it. Okay, it's in Spanish. That's how. First of all, it's half in Spanish and half in English. You don't even understand the first line. Where he's I'm at that go, bird hit a ball. Don't even understand that part. Okay. Second of all, I wrote the lyrics of the Spanish show one, which is a whole fucking vibe.
And if you want to check that intro
And
out,
it's
10:15 tonight. So make sure you join us. Las Garzas 10:15 tonight so you can hear the intro.
So eat a fucking bag, my guy. You suck, Pedri. Like you suck.
So jump over to Battered MLS fans if you want to keep talking some playoff
This guy
football.
loves podcasts that started after Messi. Love them. He loves them.
I don't know. It's my fault.
I can't, Loner.
Yeah. And then so jump on Battered MLS fans now. Talk Eastern playoffs, and then at 10:15 Las Garzas with Xavier Lavos and Daniel Solana. If you're listening on audio, leave us a comment, 5 stars. YouTube,
AJ with the best comment of all time.
And then for those of you in the chat, you guys are the best part of the show. Appreciate everybody jumping on and saying that we had a great intro.
His name is Peter Barkley.
And we will be back after the game on Saturday. So until the next one,
Kick rocks, man. Fucking guy.